Okay, it's still the 17th of April. We are fresh out of our open spaces session, and this is Gimbalabs Dev Stand-Up, where we get together on Thursdays just to talk through questions we have about things we're building. We troubleshoot things, we make plans for what we're going to build next. It's really, there's no rules for this agenda, but we try to keep it technically focused. We have a running agenda. You can find it here on the Gimbalabs Notion, and there's a public link. And today we're going to focus on just making sure that a few people who have already been working on the Asteria project understand their next steps and how to manage the funds that have been allocated there. We made a little mini agenda for inside of this bigger agenda item for what we're going to work through today. And if any bugs come up as we work through these steps, we can do some live fixing of them. Because on Damio, like Asteria, is a T3 app. So any chance we have to fix bugs in a T3 app kind of has nice outcomes for I think a lot of people on this call. After we get all of this working, hand it off to Mix for an overview of the Handshake Catalyst proposal that is finally ready to start gathering some steam. So this should be a fun agenda today. So we talked about this agenda before we pressed record. If you ever want to be part of this session, there's a link to it at gimbalabs.com/calendar. I said we get together every Thursday, but not next Thursday. We're taking next week off for Cardano Builder Fest. A few people on this call will be there. And we'll pick up this session the first Thursday in May, 2 weeks from now. That's May 1st. So yeah, that's our next session. So let's jump right into it. Emmanuel, if you're ready to share screen and can show us on Damio, we can make sure that you're ready to make a commitment.
Here we
Yeah,
go. Nice.
um, so, well, so we have to complete the course as a prerequisite before you can join the project, which I've done. Um, uh,
Now, one thing, you have to unenroll from the course. So maybe
He
no,
did
yeah,
that.
you're
He did
not
that.
enrolled, so that's good. Yeah.
No,
So
he
that
enrolled and
actually
unenrolled. Yeah.
yeah, so don't re-enroll. Yeah, you've already done it. And it shows status is complete. So that means that you've got the I guess there's a token.
And so, Emmanuel, if you click on the projects link to view the whole list of projects, and then you click on the button that says qualified projects at the top,
okay.
that's right. It says you're not
Yeah.
yet qualified. I see. That's okay. Can you scroll to the bottom of this page? Wait,
Uh,
actually, can you go to your dashboard? Let's try this.
it should show we expected for it to be that
Yeah, right here. Scroll
as
to the bottom, all the way down. Your access token is connected. Okay, why is it not showing you? So we know that you have the project membership. Can you, I wonder, yeah, go back to the projects. And this might, I actually think Andrew might have diagnosed this issue earlier. Click into Asteria GL and see if you're able to enroll. Oh, it says take the required course.
yeah, if you go back
Yep.
and you'll see that up and it's not recognizing that you've taken the required course.
Go back one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that is a bug. That's a bug. Um, that course, once again, you completed this. We have it. We wanted a bug. We have it. Um, and you click into here. We know that you completed this, right? Yeah, show us what happens when you jump to the assignment for that one. It says that's complete. You completed this assignment. We have your access token connect. I'm looking at something on my side.
So one of the things I'm thinking is maybe there is a requirement for one of the team members to accept me because Asha said he did. Maybe it's left to, I don't know, maybe there has to be something like 2 out of 3 members, or I'm not sure.
Right. That would be wonderful if that was the case because we do want that kind of multi-stakeholder governance. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not that yet. But what I can see, I'm looking at the on-chain. Actually, can I share screen for just a second?
Yeah, sure.
Something went wrong somewhere in the process, and we're going to try to diagnose it. I'm not sure if we're going to exactly find it today, but we certainly can troubleshoot. I'm looking at your access token right here. And what I can see is that, yes, you were once enrolled in that course, CEC C70B. This is the policy ID that's in the browser URL for that course. You can see it right there in your browser. But you see right here, here's the problem. For some reason, that completed assignment, it didn't get on chain. I do want to figure out why. Figuring out why is probably not a good scope for what we can do right here together. However, what I can do, I'm going to jump and let's have you share screen again, and let's see what happens if you re-enroll in that course. And then I want to look at the status of this thing, and when we can figure out, this might help us figure out where the bug is.
Yep. Okay.
So if you enroll it.
Uh, so re-enroll, not up there. Yeah, right there. Yeah. I like that everybody uses Eternal. I guess it's the only one. Is it the only? Now that I say that out loud, I guess
It's a
it's
leading
the only
option.
one.
Strong option. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll let that transaction go through.
I wonder, will it? I guess his assignment status will go back. We'll see. What do we expect?
I expect that the assignment will not be present if he re-enrolls. Otherwise, the on-chain code would not be good.
So let's see if you view the summary. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. I think it probably skipped over something. This says you are qualified there, right? But this is drawing mostly on our database. So
Emmanuel, can you give me the last transaction hash that you used to commit to that project? So if you go to Eternal, you should see in your transaction history and give me the last transaction hash. Can you copy it into the chat? Yeah, the transaction ID.
and I'm seeing that, right, you're enrolled in the course now. I can see on chain, but you don't have this completed assignment. So our database is misrepresenting that.
I would suspect that, did anyone approve that assignment after he committed to it? I would suspect that that someone clicked on approving, but then never signed the transaction and sent our database.
That would have been me. So let me see if I go to that, my studio now. This is this one. I'm going to run a script just to revert that particular assignment commitment in our database, and then let Emmanuel make that commitment again.
And Emmanuel, you wanted to share the transaction hash?
Oh, yeah.
You sent it to me. I can I can send it to Adrian.
I've sent it to the
Okay.
I've sent it to the chat. Yeah.
Oh, it just came to me by direct message though. So maybe
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I can share it. I can share it again. Here we go.
yeah.
Thanks, Newman.
Yep, no worries.
Uh-huh. Got it.
So the screen's got manuals up, and he's looking at the transaction hash ends in DD7F. Inputs. Okay, there's a SIP68 pair, 100 and 222.
This somehow let you submit, just it allowed you to save an assignment in our database that didn't have any evidence attached to it. So that's what I'm fixing right now.
Did we look at James's screen?
Um, I'm I'm running some sensitive scripts. I shouldn't show.
That's why I said it quietly.
No, I know.
Oh.
I would have liked to show that. Okay. If we go back now, Emmanuel, if you go back to the homepage of this course, and do me a favor and yeah, okay, good. Now it's refreshed. The assignment is not started. Let's do it again. Make sure this part works. You can jump straight to the assignment or right through here. Yep.
Hmm.
Can you do me a favor and refresh this page? It might be just cached.
Yeah. I imagine that's a big bear, like the whole caching thing.
All right,
Okay.
try this again. You could just say, "Hey, team, I'm on the team."
Yep.
Whatever. All we need is somebody to vouch for you.
It's me. It's me. It's Manuel. Uh,
Unlock, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then below, I still have to fix this UI. That's a great thing that if we have time, I could do. But all right, we
Submit,
updated the
send it.
task side, but not this side. Yep. So now you can
Submit.
submit. That's correct.
Okay. Okay.
huh.
If you scroll to the, yeah, there it is. Okay.
New data hash generated. Transaction pending. Okay.
I can't even remember going through these steps again.
I know.
I can't remember I actually went through this step in the first
Oh,
place.
good. Okay. So that would be a good
Yeah.
thing. All right. Well, so that's submitted. Now I'm looking on my side to see if I can approve this assignment.
Yeah.
And I can. I'm just going to do this part behind the scenes, and I'll tell you when the transaction goes through.
So so right now with what I think I had Asha only has the will I say right or to drop a course like a new course and assignment to this project. Am I right?
I think James also can do it, no? Or is it just me? Should I do it?
No, I'm just asking now, like when we start having tasks and course for people to learn. I think James said only Asha can do that.
I'll check. I'll check. I
Yeah.
am just waiting for James's approval because I see some issues in James's face.
Yeah. This should be fine. Wonder what's happening. Hmm,
Pending approval.
give me 1 second. I think I have a bad UTXO distribution in this wallet. Jingles was telling us about a new coin selection algorithm that's going to make it much easier to build apps for people with wild UTXO distributions. So I'm excited to check in with him about that next week and see the details. I'm just waiting on a transaction on this side. Our transactions, this transaction's just not working right now. Okay, so I do have a bug to fix. When I said I hoped we had bugs, I was hoping they'd be like the interesting little quick kind. But this one is going to take just a little bit more diagnostic work that it would just wouldn't be fun to watch me do it right now. Um, so what I'd like to propose is clearly we are blocked by this. If I can't approve Emmanuel's assignment, he can't get this transaction and then enroll in the Asteria project. But I'm going to need a little bit of dedicated time to figure out what exactly is going on here. So we might have to pause for right now. But I promise to get this done by the end of today. This is on my side that this is happening.
James, would you please approve my assignment so that we can see is this the kind of universal
Okay.
or just
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
just
Yeah.
just happened to him?
Very good. Which course was that in?
Gimbalabs
Started
is
at Gimbalabs.
starting. You're
Yeah.
getting started. Just the first assignment.
I can see this one from Mix. Join Gimbalabs at Open Spaces. Can I share screen? Oh yeah, good. Let me share screen. There it is. Look, he shared with us a calendar.
Yeah.
He's been there. Look, he's been to a meeting. All right. And what I'm trying to do, this is the one that was just hanging up when I tried to approve Emmanuel. Let me see if it works for this one. All right. Yeah. Why did that work right away here? Weird.
Do you want to sign it or just waiting for maybe some comparison?
I'm happy to.
Okay.
We know you've been to open spaces.
Great. I was worried
High
that
level of
do you
confidence.
guys approve the screenshot as my evidence? Andamio liveness evidence. We have to provide some part of DNA or something.
So why did that one work without an issue?
So I have a small question here. So in Emmanuel's case, like he didn't enroll in the course, but the assignment was complete. Is that like the standard procedure? Are you supposed to enroll and then complete the course, or you can complete the assignment whenever?
The correct flow is you enroll in the course. That's a transaction, right?
Mhm.
Once enrolled in the course, you commit to one or more assignments. And each time you commit to an assignment, you have to wait for it to be approved before you can commit to the next one. After you've gotten approval from whatever set of modules, right? Whether it's all of them or a subset, then you unenroll in the course. And now you have that global credential to take with you to other projects.
Okay. So if there is a second assignment added, that means I have to re-enroll and then unenroll after completing the assignment.
Correct. If you
Okay.
get some credential, you're using it to get into this project, but then a course expands to have new modules and you realize, oh, I need those modules too. You would have to re-enroll in the course and get those modules as well.
Makes sense. Okay.
Let me try Emmanuel's one more time. Maybe there was just some weird little bug. This is this one. He's enrolled. We do have an enrolled learner. I can see the commitment right here. It's pending approval. So I go to review it. And this one, when I did this for Mix a moment ago, this transaction loaded up without issue. But for some,
James, may it be because the datum is empty? Because if you look on it on Explorer, it has an empty list.
which datum?
This one, the one you are currently trying to accept.
The assignment does.
Yeah, it's empty, so he has no data provided for an evidence. And maybe we are querying that wrongly.
Right. And this is the search I did, right? So in the course URL, you can see C70. And so when I query right here, that policy ID and Emmanuel's access token in course, well, this is course state first. Oh yeah, it's not showing him as enrolled. Okay, so
Yeah, he is not in the course state, he is at the assignment validator.
shouldn't he have a course state because he's enrolled right now?
So he has the course state token, but he is currently not at the course state. He is
Oh,
at the assignment validator because
here
the
it is.
token is sent to the assignment validator.
Okay. So this actually, doesn't this look good? Assignment ID 101. This is what it should be.
Is that his alias?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
So that looks good. And the other guys went through this without issue.
Yeah, kind of a weird thing.
And if I show you guys the log here, you'll see it's clearly showing it's showing a pretty clear error, right? You can't read code. So I gotta find that and figure out why that's pulling that in. But it's not right on the TRPC side, it's not fulfilling the accept assignment transaction. User access token. Is E76, is that the correct policy ID?
James, the error was talking about collateral and sufficient ADA.
On my transaction?
I don't know. I mean, on that error, if you see it, it was talking about it doesn't have
Oh,
sufficient.
yeah, that's just bad UX. That's
Ah,
because
okay.
I've not mapped every error message. And so the catch-all for an unhandled error is check your collateral.
Can we look to the log of the server? Like,
I'm not
what?
logged in with the admin credentials. Usually we leave
Nice.
on Nelson for that. Um, but yeah, I need to, it'd be good to see what's happening there.
Like, what Atlas is printing out?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's exactly the step, and that's exactly that's why this is unfortunately not one we're going to be able to solve right here in this moment. It's going to take a little bit deeper look. That's really frustrating. I'm sorry, Emmanuel.
Hmm.
Um,
No,
we're
that's fine.
we're getting
Gives us
close.
yeah, like it gives us getting set to everything for but I don't know, but it just shows like this is what that needs to be done. So yes.
You guys can't relate to this bug from Asteria, I'm assuming.
Uh,
No, we've not gotten to this.
No.
yeah.
This is exactly it. Every transaction you build, there's a lot of details, and it's easy.
Oh,
This
that's very
one,
true.
this one puzzles me, but I'm gonna look, and if I do find it right away, I'll let you guys know what it was. It might ultimately be interesting. Um, but yeah, I'm not yet at the level where I'm able to diagnose this kind of issue and talk through it productively at the same time. So it would
Right. Right.
use some more time to do that together right now. But I'm going to jump into this right after this meeting is over, try to diagnose it. If it's an obvious fix, I'll push that fix and I'll let you know right away. All right. Unfortunately, that might be all we can do with that. But I know the third item on our mini agenda, right? We can't get Emmanuel to commit to this task. Therefore, we can't have Harsha demoing how to pass it or accept it. Sorry. But Newman or Mix or Harsha, do you guys want to take a stab at drafting a task just to make sure that part works?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Anybody want to volunteer?
Yeah, I thought that was mixed volunteering.
Sure. Why not? Let me set up my wallet. Uh, Still, I'm trying to getting used to it eternal. You know. Anyway, uh, so sharing the here. So yeah, the first things you guys notice is I'm using dark mode because Andamio hasn't provided eye insurance. So if you want to take care of your eyes, be careful. But yeah, so let me go to sustain and maintain Gimbalabs and take the required codes.
And
You guys,
you want to access it from the studio. This is the public view.
my project is here. I'll click it and then come in here, draft a task and draft new task. Well, the title, what was the title? Well,
All things go facilitation.
all things go.
Is that a song?
Suf-
Super John C.
I mean,
Yes, exactly. I like.
if someone else, like imagine 10 years from now, I don't know, aliens read this,
Mhm.
someone was fascinating, all things go.
Yeah, yeah.
I listened to
Beautiful.
that song several times the day we named the course that.
Was
Oh
he a
my
serial
goodness.
killer or something? Okay,
Nice.
so the reward was I forgot how many sessions we talked James, do you remember?
Uh,
11? 10?
you're making
11?
me do the homework here. This is your job.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
No. You're right. No. Let me.
It's
So this
So
is
yeah,
you can
the
look at the
proposal.
Gimbalabs playlist.
Yeah, task. Let me will get this. I kind of found this page. It's a
Hey,
bit hard.
everybody. Uh,
right.
Oh my
Um,
God.
The
the
task.
yeah, I think that's an important part of putting the uh
hey,
you know
hello, everyone.
There he is. I found him. Mix, we started on February 26th, and we haven't missed one since then, right? So you did however many.
Instead of kind of 2 weeks, that I mean, sorry, 1 week and
Oh, we
the
did
next
skip
week.
one. All right. All right. So we did
So
February 27th, and then every Thursday except for one since then. So how many Thursdays is that? One, two, three, four.
actually, also I can see here in the task there is this all things go, which for each session we created
Yeah.
uh, a page for agenda for meeting agenda, I think, except one or I don't know.
And yeah, we could
Um,
argue what's better evidence. I kind of like the running agenda that's easier to read. As somebody assessing evidence, I would rather look at a Notion page than navigate a YouTube playlist.
okay,
yeah,
so
or like that it's pre-digested in our evidence page. It's just like, hey, I did this work, and then here's the here's the title, here's the funds that were requested, and then here's the yeah, the evidence could be one YouTube link, um, or one a Notion agenda, and actually because Mix, you're the one with the tasks, like so you've created a task for every session, and so
yeah,
that's a really good. So that should be able to. Is that what you're pulling up now? Why does it go so slow?
I don't know. I'm trying to check something on my network.
I think Professor Mix need to be paid extra for taking all the heat from
Yeah,
Chris.
see, that's
Oh my God.
Arsha gets it, you know.
I was like, but you turned him around. That was awesome. That was
That
awesome. I
is
was just like, what's going on? And
that
then by the end
rapport
of
is
it,
one of my
he
favorite
was like,
things
okay.
about the whole week. I love you two talking to each other. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah. I told Harsh, I was like, I'm staying in here, but I can't devote full brain to it because I need to have some left to work on the Styria afterwards. And it
Oh
was
yeah, I would
we
have
t
peed in my pants if Chris was like,
oh my God. Yeah. But and I told this to Harsha yesterday that I really do, even at that low level of just hearing the vocabulary, and like that's how we establish, if you think of yourself as a baby listening to language, like you're not participating, but you are, like, it's around, and you just get this terminology, and I don't know, it's just somehow it's an important thing to do to listen to things just outside of your zone of understanding.
Mix, do you want me to share Notion for a minute? Just so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of wasting time. Sorry.
That's all good. And there may be a way to show those tasks like in a, because I'm thinking of the Kanban board, but you may be able to show the tasks in like a list of some kind. So it's in the project. Yeah, there you go. Second one.
Oh,
Uh,
hey.
so that's
Oh, I see. Right. They're in the project. That's right. Oh,
yeah.
loading
Well,
slow.
it's actually the proposal. It's the proposal document, and it has
Oh, look.
Well,
I load
is it
on.
universal? Notion is happening something to Notion? It's taking for you some time for.
no,
Okay.
no, his is whipping through. He's just
Oh, I got
Okay.
clicking on the wrong
you.
stuff.
Maybe there is like I was.
What was this was in sustain and
Yeah,
maintain.
exactly. Yeah, that's my problem. I mean, I was in the wrong place.
What?
No, no, no. It's a thing called All Things Go, but it's just a proposal, not a task. You're
Oh,
maybe naming the tasks All Things Go, but you don't.
It's a project.
There it
If
is. There it is,
yeah,
right in planning, right there.
okay.
And then there are the sessions.
So we have these, and then you did one. It's on YouTube. You did
yeah.
one
Without decision, I mean that was the meeting that we didn't know. I mean, that was the first meeting, and then
first.
we found that okay, let's go with agenda. So there is another one as well.
Okay.
So 312, 319, 326, 4, 9, and
Yeah. So
416.
the order is that's not good.
I'm counting seven. Um,
And I'm okay to continue it. Actually, since we have started on Dummy Indexer and last session was really great session, we found that there are things that these tools, Chris was there, needs to, I mean, he opened several issues and features to their own tools. And once they are doing we continue it. So I'm happy to continue the session. And to be honest, if I'm not getting paid, I'm still fine because that session is really, really good.
I
In
think
my
Mm.
I mean the reason we should keep funding it is because I think that's one of the surest ways to like keep inviting other people to take over,
Yeah,
right? If people see you getting paid 200 ADA every time you facilitate a session, maybe somebody else says, well, why are we letting that guy facilitate? I want to.
exactly. That guy is stupid. Like, let me talk too much. What?
That's the moment, but that's the moment we're looking for, right? And so that's why I do
Yeah.
think it like yeah, like run any session you want. We approved funding for this through like the middle of May, right?
Okay.
So all of us are on the hook to keep facilitating whatever we can wind it down, whatever Thursday in May we decide to, I guess, right? But after that, yeah, we would want a fresh proposal to say, okay, what are the spaces going to be in June through August or something?
Mm,
So
okay.
that should be an upcoming proposal in open spaces at early May.
So how many weeks do we have till the middle of May?
I don't
Like,
know. Well, so we're not doing it next week. We picked 2 weeks from now. So you'll do one more in April, actually, right? April 30th, May 7th, May 14th minimum,
so 3 + 7, 10.
right? And I would have no objections to you just putting in one task for all of those right now. Like we kind of trust.
Okay, yeah, fine, sure.
Anybody object to
So
Nick getting?
still, yeah. Any objection?
You want to
Yeah,
show?
pay just so they were as a clarifying question, uh just paying for the through this commitment, through the end of the commitment. So a couple in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah, that's absolutely no problem on my part.
You want to show us drafting that task just the rest
Yeah.
of the way? Make sure that works.
Sharing. So James, would you please share that link in the chat so I can put it here? That Notion link that which I wasn't able to get, and also if possible the YouTube link as well. Like,
So
uh,
these go So these go until the middle of May, is that it? And it's under that which spaces?
Mhm.
Okay. And that would cut down on overhead that we don't have to do this. Harsha, you cool with doing that? I mean, I imagine we could do that as well
Yeah,
with
yep,
the
for sure.
facilitation. Although it would, I mean, James, if you're cool with letting us continue on, or if there's somebody else, but it might be good to, then we open up the governance and say, hey, we're approving this, and do you want to be on the list to facilitate?
Yeah, no, and I really think it's really important that that doesn't come from me, right? Basically, I was facilitating. You guys said, "Hey, can we facilitate?" And I said, "Sure."
Yeah,
Right? So ideally, it would be you passing the baton to somebody else who comes along. Uh,
yeah. Who would want to do it?
and this is, I mean, more generally, as we start to think about like what are the key capabilities of Gimbal Labs, is facilitation one of them? Do we want to say that this is a space where you can practice facilitation? And if you do, okay, well, is there a course for that? And do we see this kind of the way we're paying each other for facilitating these last few months? Um, could that be an incentive to, bring other people in and make Gimbal Labs a place where you can practice facilitation skills and then take that with you?
So I was explaining it to someone, but it was like maybe it was Scott. Is Scott still around? But it's like Gimbal Labs as a place.
I'm here.
Uh, yeah, remember, I think this was you earlier, as a place to skill up, and that's your courses, just in principle, and a place to practice, and that's your contribution and projects. Uh, and then it's sort of like if those are the categories, like what skills are we skilling up? Obvious, Cardano development skills, but also facilitation, collaboration, governance skills, um, uh, you know, meeting attendance and community involvement as a general thing. And then also like what Scott and I were talking about is DREP. If we're going to be a DREP and that's an agreed sort of thing, then how can we support people skilling up in it and then support people practicing it? And yeah, so I think that's a I think that's a cool way to think about a community that is emergent and decentralized. That's a difference than other type of community.
I
Yeah.
do want to say real quick that that was not me on that beginning part. So it was someone else you had that discussion with. So I
Oh,
don't want to take credit where it's not due.
well, I had you in mind, so you're gonna take some credit. No, I'm just no. It must have been hard. It must have been us earlier when we were chatting somewhere. Uh, Probably with the gang. Or maybe sometimes I talk to myself. I am a Gemini, so
That's age, brother. It's got nothing to do with your zodiac.
yeah, yeah. Oh man. Uh, what's going on here? Oh, beautiful. What did you prompt? Is that mix? Yeah.
Write a task by considering the following info: the link to all the all going sessions, which are 7 at the moment, the links to YouTube playlist of meeting recording, facilitation of all thing Go, meeting session from mid-March on will be 10 sessions, so far 7 sessions were hosted. The task should explain, sorry, I mean for this, about this facilitation, which is about Golang, Cardano, and their toolkit and live coding. The title is All Things Go. That's
Oh,
it.
beautiful. Uh, Task covers the planning, facilitation, coordinating. Session focuses on live coding. Here are the links. Responsibilities include current progress. Okay, and one of the reasons to do this as opposed to just something super generic or because we don't need it because we know that you did it.
Yep.
But for the person coming along next, like
Yep.
they need this, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Will
Makes us
they be
better.
able to see all of this? I just thought they'll be able to see the learning objectives are like a one-line thing as opposed to all the evidence, no?
This is a wide open field, right? You can put as much information in a task description as you can in a lesson if you want to.
Mhm. Because this is this does the description go on chain or is there a weight
This,
processing
all the
penalty?
text in this box gets hashed,
Gets hashed. Yeah, yeah.
and then that's put on chain. And we use the same hashing algorithm that's used to turn a transaction CBOR into a transaction ID.
Yep, yep.
So now I will click save and close if everyone is happy with the task description. Save and close, validation.
Oh, your title is too long.
Oh,
Too long
Oops.
title.
That's a classic
yeah.
mix mover. Oh, okay, that's a bad bug. It just got rid of the title or the description. Did we put a limit on the description length?
No, the title, probably.
Okay.
Is
Oh,
that
yeah, that was too long. That's right. That's good. All right, but we need in the UX, we need an indicator for that. That just pulled the rug on you. Sorry.
no problem? Okay, that's
Isn't facilitation of all things go enough and everything else that comes afterwards can be in the description?
it is,
Yeah.
but we human after the age of Twitter wants to eat nuggets more than whole foods, so that's just
Oh, now I'm hungry for nuggets. Oh.
yeah.
Nuggets.
Auto saving. Should I, James, waiting for the auto saving to
No,
finish
that's a known
that,
bug.
that's
No, no, no. It's just not removing them from the view window.
okay. So the time allocation here will be the May or I mean or actually June kind of because
Sure.
you were talking about the mid-May. Or should I go with 15th of May kind of?
You just have to make sure to commit to this task by that time.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to comment it now, but just for the sake of the clarification. And the reward should be, well, uh, okay, now let me do this as well.
10 times 200.
Yeah, each to that task, each session worth 200 ADA, and then the total amount. Yep. Uh, what is number one? Come here, taking the whole thing. I mean, seems okay. Okay, so here would be 2000. Number of commitment one, acceptance current. How will you know when this task is done? Report supply next creative project should of your share recipient is also going to facilitate sessions.
Yeah.
Should I provide more information, like report back to Gimbalabs would be kind of ideal, no?
It's another place where we have to play with it and find out what people are satisfied with, right?
Okay.
Right.
So, but facilitate session is enough as an acceptance criteria.
I think at the moment, yeah. I mean, it could.
Should I add more? Share a photo, report back to Gimbalabs, justify next
So
openness.
yeah, these are the ones that have been in there before, like that share a photo and report gap at Gimbalabs. That was Steve going to the DREP convention.
Add your own to that.
Yeah, so you can add whatever. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Well done.
We've, we created these things so that we start to be lazy on thinking, guys, so why thinking?
Well,
Gee,
you know what? In my
yes,
mind, I mean, because
much.
that's a reasonable question, but my mind, it's just higher level thinking and discernment is better.
Session completion, content
Video,
delivery.
I think video recording. I think video
Video.
recording is even though we kind of rely on someone else, I mean, I rely on someone else to post that video. It is evidence of completion, and if it's not done, it's sort of not complete. Um,
What about a summary, completion summary, like someone like a report?
I kind of like, for instance, when Harsha's transcript, AI tool comes online, because it is going to require, taking that and putting it somewhere. I think that could be something in the future. Not, you know,
But remember,
it could,
our goal is not to create unnecessary
yeah,
bureaucracy, right? Like, so
yeah,
if you wrote a report, who wants to read it? And
Community or
maybe, but I would argue that why assume that somebody's going to want to
yeah,
read that report until somebody asks for it?
yeah. I think conceivably, like ChatGPT says, it would be, yeah, yeah. What else does it say? Compensation alignment. Um,
community engagement, documentation.
I think doing it and video recording. I mean, so session
Special
completion,
completion.
it's kind of, I mean, video recording is well, you could, because it's still vouched for, and this goes to James's point about, like, no, we're still in a circle of trust, meaning that we know that you did it.
Yep. By the
Yeah,
way, I'm turning this, I'm using this opportunity so that we will learn it. Like
yeah,
others can okay, how should I do this task? And so that next time we to help them, and
yeah,
it's just I'm using it as an experiment.
yep,
All
yep.
these thought process of the so if you
Next level if Notion wouldn't be a better fit for that.
okay,
I see. Yeah.
more stuff. Okay. So if everything's looks
So
okay,
I would take off. I would say I would take a video record for the acceptance criteria. I would suggest, you just need one: session completion or facilitate sessions. You don't need both of those. I would just say, did you do it? And here's a recording that it's done, I guess. But I wouldn't, or framed as a question, like, what's the difference between those two? Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Facilitation, video record.
Yep.
That's
I mean,
great.
Harsha, this is basically what we'll put for
Yeah.
our open spaces. So, Harsha, do you feel like that's
No, like
what
for
I
the
would?
open spaces, I feel like you can get the money and then we'll try to distribute it because I'm more like an NPC and you're the main character. So
Oh, well, oh, come on now.
That's really harsh
That's
from
definitely
Harsha.
not right. Um, uh, that's so
Is
harsh. No,
is this
no,
just
no.
a,
I'm just, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is this just like a rough to be detailed later on? Like a rough outline right now?
I don't think so. I think this is the on-chain, thing for these first allocations.
I was just okay. So my question was like the responding to community feedback. Like it's not like is it necessarily clear where that feedback is coming from? Is that Discord feedback, Zoom feedback, feedback elsewhere?
Where down in the description here?
Responsibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. Look down there. Just scroll down into the responsibilities. Yeah. Now up this one right here. So in my mind,
Third one,
Mix
third
is
bullet. Yeah, that one.
Here actually is because we have a dedicated channel inside Gimbalabs for all thing Go, we can kind of say that's the one. Participant responding community feedback. Like in the Discord, things move forward. Like if someone has something, if not, I can remove it.
Oh no,
yeah.
I wasn't arguing about that. It's just like it wasn't clear where the feedback was coming from that needed to be
Yeah, the feedback can be
marked on.
during the sessions or afterward, during session, sure, afterward in that channel, that dedicated Discord channel.
Not much going on in that channel, but that's the spot where you would have
That's
feedback and stuff. Yeah.
curating the session material on record. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
If
So
things
in the
looks
future,
good,
a
let me.
facilitator,
Sure.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, I mean, if it is okay, I want to move forward so we can see the next
Oh, yeah.
steps.
Well,
Yeah, sorry
Go
about that. Yeah.
No problem, no
yeah.
problem.
One point about it is sort of when you facilitate, I mean, and this goes to like a course on facilitating and what we expect as facilitators. So it's, in my mind, it's a great conversation to have. And as a facilitator, one of the things that you do is you keep in touch on the Discord to see if anything's going to happen in your session, or like contact people and do all of the prep work, announcing type of work like that. In my mind, is related to the facilitating process. That may not, but I think that's a part of good facilitation is that there is a spot um, like that task list does say, and that's something that you do whether it's formalized or informal. We know that that you're running the session and that people can talk to you and they give feedback and talk to you through the Discord. In my opinion, yeah, in my mind. Yeah.
Okay, so we have drafted the task, and the next step would be
Okay.
put it on chain, which is
Yeah.
it is this guy. It's propose, and now I'm going to like.
So you
And
have
this is where we say,
right. You have the
Yeah,
ability here
correct.
to mark it as approved, but you don't yet have the ability to then do the transaction to update the treasury.
Oh, okay.
So I'll wait. I'll if you approve this, I think we all agree this one is good to go.
right.
But I'll wait for Harsha and Newman to add theirs, and then I'll push them
Yeah,
all.
okay.
Okay.
So let's skip it. So let me stop sharing so you guys can start doing your tasks. I mean, if you
Well,
want
so
to
I'm just looking at the
if
time.
not,
We
yeah,
have just under 15 minutes left. We could use it to give
well,
an
handshake.
overview of Handshake or to
Okay.
give Newman or Harsha a chance to show.
If you Newman and Harsha, okay,
I think
me continue with the handshake, sure. I don't
yeah,
know.
let's do handshake. Harsha, I mean we can do this
And
later. It's
actually,
not
meanwhile, maybe you guys, I mean, if you can focus, I mean, if you guys are multitasking, you at the same time listening to me, and doing the task. And at the end, we will have all these three at this year.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me switch to handshake. So this is the handshake proposal on Catalyst, and let me share the link here. And of course, my next task is actually filling this handshake proposal based on, of course, this proposal and other thing that we have planned and we had planned. So far we got paid 48,000 out of the 200,000 for this budget. The agreement between Gimbalabs and Blink Lab is we go 50-50. 50% Gimbalabs, 50% Blink Lab. And wallets, here is the wallet. So I have several, once the proposal is out there, the handshake, I want to put some tasks. For example, I don't want to be the only one facilitating, or I don't know, being responsible for this wallet. I don't know. I want to be realistic. If something happens to me, who knows? Uh, at least someone else will have, access to the funds, so it won't go something. So yeah, this is the right now. This one is the guy. I already asked Blink Labs address for payment. They gave me their handle. We are going to meet them in a couple of hours from now, and I want to kind of make sure this is, correct. Just, Blink Labs. What? Okay. So yeah, this address I want to check with them. Uh, to be honest, sometimes I prefer to receive addresses like this complete random string from someone instead of handles. Just I don't know. Still I'm in the phase of trust, building my trust with 800. But anyway, if it is, I'm going to send them to 24,000. But here is a question. Should I stake now to a pool and then waiting even a couple of epochs? Because, we're supposed to get this back in January. Now it's April. We got that. It took many things for onboarding. I can go in the details why it took so long, but not now. We don't have time. But the fee for the transaction, do you guys think that let's decide on keeping it here for at least 2 epochs so we get some rewards and then paying all those transactions even in future by those rewards, or no? Should I go with just, distribution real quick? That's a question. I don't know. Uh, and also, the current state of the project is that me and Adrian, uh, for the first milestone, we have provided the evidences. The first milestone is all about research and validation for handshake signature in Cardano smart contract. We found the functions and the cryptographic scheme for all the signatures. And here is the code and also the research. Again, let me share this. And all of these links will be part of that proposal, by the way. And of course, the task following those. So this is the current state that we have. And Benedict, I think that we have enough evidences to move forward. I just need to make a video, make a transaction, put that, and well, this is the research. This is the document. Of course, documentation. I'm going to use some, AI tools to help me for the documentation of the code, especially. So I can say that for the first milestone, also we are ready for moving forward. So once we get that, we get again 60,000. Not 60,000. Let me go back to, so yeah, 60,000, because actually I was the person who distributed this amount. This is based on my experience. Like put most of them on at the beginning and, a little bit at the end, because most of the projects, as far as I experience, things done in the first couple of milestones much faster or much better than at the end of the project. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, the 60,000 is going to be received, and once it's received, 30,000 would be for us, and etc. So that's something that's going to happen. So we discussed that let's create a project, same be the stereo or sustain maintain here in Andamio to facilitate the treasury. So uh, does anyone have any question or objection so far? Anything for handling this? And again, you guys can go and read about this milestone project. Um, uh, Also, you can wait, I think, 2 weeks for having all this thing filled out so we can discuss it on our open space to see especially this guy impact and benefits.
Yeah.
What would be that for our community? I can just name a couple of them. Besides the financial impacts and benefits for Gimbalabs community and Gimbalabs organization, Gimbalabs company, team members, etc., this project can really create a space for developers to come and join and look front, backend, smart contract, again, right now, this proposal, I can say that, I should be kind of honest here about the thing that this proposal, if we finish that in the final, is not going to create a full-fledged product. That wasn't even the purpose. It was an initiative. So we have planned, not just by we, I mean Gimbal Labs, Blink Labs, and these people plan to make this an actual great product. So if anyone contribute to this project in any position, any role, there will be this opportunity to, be participant on that product as well. But again, that's a very exactly. And somehow we own one of the most expensive domain name in whole Cardano. That Cardano right now we have it in a wallet. Actually, we need to talk about that as well. Gimbalabs needs to have an official wallet, handshake wallet. Sure, same as Andamio. And I should say, like that Cardano, we got it. It was donated, but it worth $50,000. So it's quite an asset. So yeah, a handshake also can be an opportunity for us to move forward with Gimbal Labs as a, incorporated organization, legal stuff, regards to tax even, other stuff, things, because this is a revenue, a big revenue stream. Like we got just already asset and those assets on chain and on the whole history of Handshake, and of course Cardano, they worth this. So these are the things that we're going to start. And we were waiting until the onboarding, to be honest, and many things were on our table, especially the team whom were involved in Andamio and other members. So yeah, after this kind of uh, taking break week, coming week, we have really something on our hand that we can go and discuss about that. And all sure about the whole task and how much is going to be dedicated to the developers, which developers, project manager, etc. Right now, I am the project manager. As a project manager, I was responsible for all the milestone submission and stuff. In Blink Labs, the person is Chrissy, and she is part of Catalyst team as well. So yeah, we kind of are facilitating all these stuff as well. Any question? Any anything you
I
can.
just would like to add something.
Sure.
Yeah, I encourage everyone to check out the milestones and think about if he can support the work.
Yeah.
We are happy
Yeah.
to throw some money at someone doing something.
Exactly. And
Okay.
I know it's but it's 50 something or 60 cents either, but again, this is an opportunity for contribution, for coming to a team for a real product which has great potential. If you don't know about what is handshake, what's supposed to do, we can, I mean, there are some material on the internet. You can search about it or read about it. But if not, please wait for at least 2 weeks so we can have some really good discussion about that and all these again benefits and impact. But yeah, I really, as Adrian said, and actually the whole Gimbalabs team encourage people to look into it. It's a good opportunity for getting funded for some work that you are expert or you have talent for it. It is an opportunity for exploring some of the ideas of about the whole, fighting against censorship, free internet, free speech. Handshake is, I mean, is a fork of Bitcoin. So the whole community and is not, I cannot say they're Bitcoin maximalist, but their agenda is kind of like that. So yeah, this is, I think, would be a really great opportunity for Andamio. Sorry, yeah, of course Andamio and Gimbalabs. And I would love to, yeah, having this name like Handshake by Gimbalab or something one day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have any other question, we are going to have a dedicated channel about this and discussing that. So yeah, just if you guys have any opinion, I would love to get some opinion about this question that should I keep this money for a couple of epoch so that the reward comes so that it would pay the fees.
First of all, I think you should definitely stake that wallet. And
Yeah.
don't know what Chris will say about bringing
Okay.
back the money.
Yeah, I wouldn't think unless they're shouting for it, I think that would, and then being open about say, hey, look, just to recover some of the fees. And I mean, I don't know what the fees on that amount would be, but anything would help. And
Is it the same?
more for the gimbal pool,
Gimbal pool. Yeah, is it? I think.
definitely.
Is it?
That is exciting. Thanks for that overview. I kind of understand it. Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Another headless app to build.
Yeah, man.
Good things. Hey, I'm sorry to cut it short real quick, but I do have another spot to get to. We covered a
Yep.
lot today. Emmanuel, at least, hey, Emmanuel's still here. I'm going to work on that and hope to get a fix in just as soon as possible, but no later than tomorrow morning. I'll share with you a little report about what's going on.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All
thanks.
right.
Another
Thanks.
epic Thursday. It's fun to get through.
Yeah.
Thank you,
All right.
everyone. And see
Thanks.
you.
Talk
Have a
soon.
great one. We'll see you
Too.
next time. Bye. Bye. Thanks, everybody.